Hello, welcome back. Scott from Wessex. Blades. There's so much I need to be able to try and get across. I thought the best thing to do would be, rather than a message or something on Instagram, to do more of an in-depth video. There's that much to cover. First up, apologies to Ralph, Mr. B. I still have your belt loop to make. I've labelled that up. Things literally so much going on. I still haven't gotten around to making it yet, so I will be doing that as soon as I can, hopefully before Edale, but it is in my list to do. The kydex is made, the loop and the ferro rod's made, the sheath with the tunnel loop, the file is all on there. That's all made. I just need to be able to find the time inside to put the tunnel loop, the belt loop as it is for the kydex. So as soon as I possibly can, I will get back to it. Sorry for not getting onto it at the moment, but there's as more days go on, the more days get filled up, and a lot of it is I know the reviews that I do. Generally speaking, I don't try and input that much time in the editing and the actual filming. But when I had those belts, it was the first opportunity I had to crack on and get some blanks done, because I got Edale coming up, and Edale as a goal to actually have some stock, it's very rare, with the bespoke nature of how I make my knives and the very singular outcomes that I get on the sheaths. To get additional ones that are available for shows, craft fairs, meets. Very rarely do I have more than like 3 in a box ready to show. And you know, if I had 12, I'd probably sell 9 of them. So I miss out quite a bit on opportunity to gain capital in order to reinvest and then propel myself a little bit more in the next few weeks. And I'm really looking to change the dynamics of how I pick up my batches. It's getting to the point where what I think I'm trying to do is, for example, Tim's Leku, he's ordered a cutlass Leku. I'll make another one. You know, I have the 2 blanks. I look at that, and that's absolutely as perfect as possible. And that, okay, I'll try it, and I'll get that back. Okay, right, now that one's perfect, but I know that one's Tim's, and that's set aside for him. That follows through then with the bespoke details. This one I make as an additional number, and that then gets followed along with Tim's Leku, and then held for a meet or offered up for sale on the website. With my books closed, I'm still getting inundated with requests and offers of money up front and everything else, to the point where flooded is the word. So I don't think that order book, the way I've done it, is I don't think is something that can carry on the way it is, because I end up with too long a waiting list. People are waiting too long for it. It's more of I make what I make and put them up for sale, but I will keep the meats, like the Edales, like the prepper meat, possibly like Wilderness Gathering if you catch up with me, and you know, I might have one on me that I'm showing. I'm not selling, I just have one on that's my standard at the moment, and then we'll give a card and then catch up with me later for an email, because that, at least I've done the age check, and that's one administrative hurdle that we've crossed. So the way I want to do the future of making blades could be more on the line of actually meeting me for bespoke models that's personal to you in terms of the build, but the rest of the time I'm making the knives and then offering them up for sale. Just making that last batch, I think I started in like early February. 3 months to make 7 knives is insane. Just taking too long. and if you can imagine, I'm only getting however much back for when it's complete. You know, shelf stacking's worth 4 times as much, so I got to try and make this so it's more of a rather than a self-funding business, it's more of a business that's actually allowing me to advance and expand and reinvest. So I'm going to turn things a little bit on their head, but there will still be the opportunity for the people when they meet me to get that something a little bit extra special. So bear with me on that one. That's the sort of course that I want to go in the next from the summer. Yeah, I mean the actual setting up of videos and doing everything, it does take generally a fair amount of time just to set this up. It's now 12:30. All I've been doing is try and clear this room from the previous batch, give myself a little bit of room, a few odds and figs around the house, and I'm able to start filming at 12:30. Taking the data off, putting it in the computer, freeing up the space, and then I'm off to do the Olight review. You know, the reviews are worth it for me if, you know, at the end of it I end up with a £70 flashlight and I spent 4 or 5 hours on it, 4 or 5 hours, £15 an hour. It's not a bad crack, if you understand. Same with the belt reviews. I mean, that was nearly £190 worth of belts for a review. So you know, I'm going to put as much effort into that as I can to reflect the value of what's been sent, without being in their pocket. If there's a fault with it, I'll report it. And on that sort of that light of review products coming in, and whether or not I'm given a fair appraisal of it. This week, being so busy, I checked my email spam folder because I was double checking on an address, and at 8:40 on Thursday morning it turned out I had an invite to go to the Shard at 10 o'clock that morning, because it went in the spam folder the week earlier. So the offers that I'm getting are coming in so thick and fast for reviews, which are fun. Right, so bit of a cut there, I'm afraid. So yeah, there was an invite to go to the Shard. Now I think that it was more along the lines of an invite for product affiliation, and you may have noticed that is not really something that I've generally gone for. I'm more than happy for someone who thinks that their product is up for a good hiding to send me the product, and then I'll give it a decent, in my opinion, what a real world test sort of parameters would be. A drop, will it take from a freezer to the boiling water, because that to me covers, it's freezing cold, you're using your torch, and because of the cold and your fingers are fumbling, you drop it in the cooking pot. That's the sort of things. Car roll for flashlights, but if it's a budget plasticky head torch, I'm not going to do a car roll on it because it's not built for it. If you understand, I try and be as fair as I can, but if I end up sort of signed up to a company, then I don't want to have a list of jargon in order to follow out at the end of the video. That's not really what I'm at. So I've had another invite afterwards, and it's again, it's an affiliation, but what I want to do is keep it as it is, and if someone is confident enough in their product to send it to me, for me to give it a bit of a bruising, then that's what I'll do to it. If it passes and everything else, I'll give it a fair shout. But what I don't, at the present time, I'm certainly not looking at doing affiliations with products like that. A lot of people have been saying about doing like Amazon things, where a product that I would use on Amazon, but I'm still the only thing that I've used over the years really that's bomb-proof enough for me to say, do you know what, I'll actually put the Wessex blades behind that, enough to actually offer it up if it was an affiliation so I get a kickback on it, is the belt, the indestructible belt, which is this plastic polymer thing. It's just it is indestructible, but just for one product like that, the fact that you see me wear it all the time, that's what I'm wearing all the time. It's so far on a continual real world use, it's pretty damn good. It's the same with the flashlights. I mean, I've got that one I'm using occasionally. The M2 Warriors on my pouch, I'm using it occasionally. And when I come to doing the review, I like to think that you'll appreciate the fact that I've been using it for 3.5 weeks before I even do a desktop or the drop test and all the rest of it, because I don't just want, you know, I've been sent for review, I unbox it, I read out the specs, yada yada yada, boom, that's done, finished. There's no investment in that review because there's nothing really been put to any test other than turning it on and off, and that to me is not a review. That's just a product presentation. That's all it is. I try and do a review, and if I was affiliated, I wouldn't want the constraints of being associated a little bit stronger than actually just being sent to me. I test it. So I mean, however many affiliations I've had over the years, offers, I'm still not going for it. So trying to keep my reviews balanced. Okay, so that's that thing sorted out. The other one, I've had quite a few going, oh, I mean, cheeky comments. I don't know whether or not they're tongue-in-cheek, but you know, oh, you've gone and bought a jackdaw, is that because your knives are crap? No. No. There's a lot behind this of which no one needs to know as to why I bought it from the person I bought it for how much I paid for it. But there's a sort of bro thing going on there, so don't panic about that. But in the whole thing of why have I bought a jackdaw, I've got no problem ordering, buying, using, on film, bigging up, doing a review, showcasing anybody else's knives if they're somewhat dear to me. I'm not big enough on the ego front of, you know, I'm Wessex Blades. I'm never going to buy any other maker's blade, never going to show it on film, never going to take a photograph of it, because I'm only trying to push my brand. That ain't me. Okay, so yes, I bought a jackdaw Wisp, and there's something behind it. Double M, and he knows. So whenever, bro. And so that's that one done. Yeah, I ain't got a problem buying someone else's kit. Jackdaw, isn't it? What else we got? Batch. The next plethora of things to cover is Edale. From the belt review, I've created other blanks, and from getting today's video stuff sorted, covered, the data ripped off the phone to give me the room again, I'm, apart from next week, I'm not doing any more videoing. And I'll say why in a minute. I got literally that much to get through. I've got to get Tim's Leku finished. I want to get Peter's done so I get, understand, paid because it was a deposit, and I'm going to try and get something else available for Edale, including one of them Hernlaws for a lad called Stu. So I really need to crack on and do the production stuff from now, Monday, until the Wednesday night of next week. So that's my course. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this vid now, because I'm going to be off radar. Please don't bombard me with emails and all the rest of it, because it's got to be nose to the grindstone. My days are always till about 10 o'clock at night. Now, whether that 10 o'clock at night is answering emails, or it's editing, or it's saving the files, or answering questions, that's my day. I get 6 hours sleep from 10 o'clock at night to 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing that virtually every day. Okay, I can't do much more than that. So if you could just bear with me until we get to Edale. Once I'm at Edale, tents up, chat city. You understand? But that's why I want to try and shift the bespoke orders to doing the meet and greets when I'm at Edale Prepper Meet. As I mentioned in a video a few months back, that's the barrage of emails that are coming in the morning, where I don't want people to think I'm ignorant enough not to answer, and too curt that I've only sent a sort of copy and paste response. You know, I'm trying to be as accessible as possible, but it's got to be, if I can, from Edale Prepper Meet, that's the opportunity to come and discuss what you want. And if I can get as many of them hern rolls done as possible, maybe even the option of I do a blank, clean the blank up so you can at least see size and weight of other models in my range. Because I've got another batch that's arriving from cutting and heat treat. I don't know when they're arriving, and that to me is then another nearly whole day I lose driving to pick them up and coming back. But to me, it's a break from the workshop and a great time to catch up with Duncan. You know, two knife makers together is just like bells. So I got that one day. Could be like Monday of next week. I don't know yet. It all depends when they arrive. And of course, then that's payment for them without them turning in the money yet. So, you know, I really need to crack on and get, if I can, Peter's jacket done to get paid for it. Loads and loads of people have been asking me to do vids on the mead that I'm experimenting with. Since Camp Shaky and meeting up with Rob Sullivan, I've been doing occasional Saturday mornings, come home from shelf stacking, get the shopping away, and then I do this for about 45 minutes, set up for the next batch and rack it or whatever, and I'm just learning this new skill of making mead. Eventually, maybe after Edale, when I start the next batch up, there's been loads of people wanting me to do videos on the way that I'm going on my little journey in the mead making, not necessarily instructional videos, but just coming along with me for the ride. So that's something in the future. I'm going to try and bring, I've got a couple of mugs and that to bring to Edale. There's a couple of white shirts as well, but they're going to be going for quite cheap if anybody's interested in a few little sort of promotional thingies there. I want to bring as many ferro rods as I can. They will be going for quite budget amounts. I'm not really looking to make money, more to cover costs and whatever. I got these in beech and laminated with black liners. I still haven't got around to doing that yet. Wessex as well. Literally a mountain of stuff to get through. Hence the update vid here to let you know that I'm going to be not necessarily off grid, but I'm getting my head down after doing these videos today, Tuesday to Wednesday next week, 8 days to get 3 knives complete and sheaves plus whatever I can. It's pretty much, I have never done that before. So, you know, yeah, once these out of the way, I'm not about And the other one was I got to try and do a little video next week, nothing too involved, just a small little 5-minute thing about the mead I'm bringing. I'll do a little show and tell of this bottle is that, and this bottle is this, and these bottles and flagging is that, and another type of yummy that I'm bringing on behalf of a colleague. More information later that will be available to cover costs on some yummy things. More details later. But anyway, that's basically it. Looking forward to Edale. Thanks for your patience. It's more it's an update, so I can get everything out now on one vid, and just bear with me, and I'll catch up with you all at Edale. Scott Wessex plays out.